Scorpio, welcome to your weekly tarot reading for June 20 to June 26. Let's get started and see what messages we have for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the week ahead. We're going to do a Celtic cross this week to receive your messages. All right, let's get started for Scorpio. What is going on in the present moment for Scorpio? Let's see, we have the High Priestess in reverse with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So not really listening to our inner voice, feeling sort of like we don't have enough, we're not standing on stable ground, not feeling like you're able to be self-reliant for some reason, but not listening to that inner voice. What is the obstacle this week for Scorpio when it comes to this present energy? Two of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. Oh my goodness, and the Lovers in reverse. So you got the Two of Cups, so there's a union involved here, and it's not in balance, and it could be creating some energy that is keeping you feeling a little bit stagnated. With that 10 of Pentacles, you could be feeling a lot of negative energy when it comes to this connection being out of balance. You're not listening to your inner voice, so you could be out of balance as well. There may be some financial shifts that are happening for you with that 10 of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles, both in reverse. Very interesting. There could be stuff in the material world that is stagnating. It's not moving in the direction that you sort of thought it would. You might need to reevaluate your relationship with your work or your sort of definitions of material success. You could be working really hard towards something and at the same time feeling a lot of delays in finances or a lot of pressure. It's creating a lack of balance, and it might even be affecting a relationship, or the relationship is part of the obstacle. And High Priestess, I can't help but think that your inner voice has some info for you. Your intuition, your spiritual connection, that divine part of you has some messages for you. Let's see, what's top of mind here? What's top of mind for Scorpio right now as this is unfolding? Oh, two more cards. Top of mind is an overthinking a new beginning. Top of mind is that you're sort of overthinking some new beginning that you could maybe try, but you're overthinking it and you're afraid of the consequences, perhaps on the relationship that's being highlighted here. So you might not be willing to take a step. Let's see what's at the base of the matter is the Hermit. Yeah, more reflection is required, my dear Scorpio. You're needing to reflect on this more so that you can bring balance to the situation. It feels like it's out of balance right now. Feels like it's out of balance. What are the past energies related to this for Scorpio? Let's see. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's see. We've got the Knight of Wands, 10 of Swords in reverse, and the 4 of Cups. Interesting. So it's almost like you're ready to heal from something from the past, but emotionally, it's almost like you feel like you missed out on something that ended kind of badly, actually, with the 10 of Swords. Even though it's in reverse, it's present. So it's almost like something ended in a way where it even shocked you. You didn't expect this to happen. And it did, and you're almost feeling like you missed out on an opportunity. That Knight of Rods is present because I think you really went for it. I think you were very much like, you really went for this situation, and it ended up being a disappointment. So you've had some past disappointments that you didn't see coming. So maybe you weren't listening to that inner voice then either. You know, sometimes when we're feeling really ambitious, we don't check with the inner voice. We just keep barreling ahead. Maybe that's what happened. Something ended up being a big disappointment that you haven't, you still think of it as a missed opportunity. Coming up in the future, we see the Knight of Cups in reverse. So it's almost like you're still hanging on to the emotion of this. Wow. This makes me think that maybe the relationship truly is the obstacle here. That there's a relationship that's creating an obstacle for you and throwing you out of balance because you're noticing a lot of connections to this past situation as well, where you were disappointed. It's almost like the past is re-happening again. It's you've got the same sort of energies here where the Hermit, man, like you're needing to really reflect on this past and present situation, because it's even going to affect you in the future, in the sense that you might not be willing to be open with your emotions. You might hold back, and it could be because you're afraid that the same sort of energy is going to repeat itself. An emotional situation that was disappointing in the past has created a cycle here. We've got a pattern. What is the inner dialogue here for Scorpio? 10 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, it's almost like you got 3 tens, just to bring this up here. You're on the verge of a brand new beginning. I feel like you've had disappointment in the past. You have it in the present. And it's coming through here even in the future with that Knight of Cups. And this 10 of Cups in reverse suggests that you're thinking about it. Your inner dialogue is focused on how you didn't get the ending you wanted in a certain situation. And it might be this present situation or this past situation, but it's all related. And there's a pattern here that it's almost like you're being guided to experience all of this so that you can find the wisdom in this pattern and crack the code, right? Do you know what I mean by that? Like it's sort of like this is happening to teach you something. This is happening to teach you something, and your job is to figure out what that is. And it'll be different for each of you, but there's lots of 10s here. You're done with something. And there's the Sun in reverse. You're very pessimistic about something, my friends. You need to make a choice about a relationship, but you don't feel positive. You feel very negative about it. You feel like it's not going to work out. That's what I mean by negative, like that your thoughts are it's not going to work. And you could be basing it on the idea that it didn't work in the past. And it didn't work in the past. You sort of feel like, you know, you missed out on something, and now in the present you're still sort of feeling like it's not quite good enough. Something's out of balance, something's not enough, and moving forward you're holding back your feelings and feeling a lack of emotional fulfillment in partnerships. Like I feel like this is all related. This is all trying to teach you something here. Let's see, what are the hopes and fears around this for Scorpio? Oh wow, we see the Star and the 3 of Swords in reverse. It's time to heal from this. This 3 of Swords represents a necessary separation, some conflict that had to happen, and the Star is you healing from it. It's interesting for that to land in this area of your reading of hopes and fears, because that makes me think that there's a part of you that really wants to heal from this and move on. But there's a part of you that's like, if I heal from this and move on, then that means I don't get to be with that person. But then it's over. And sometimes we don't heal from things because we don't want to lose the connection, right? We don't want to lose that connection. But I can't help but think that this is saying that connection ended for a reason. And again, the Hermit is here with all these 10s saying to me that like, this had to go down the way it went down. This is a lesson. There's something here that is trying to teach you something. Let's see what the final outcome is. Oh, that's too many. Can we shuffle again? I really want clarity for Scorpio here. 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups. Well, that's interesting because the 7 of Cups is sort of an interesting card. We also have the 8 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So you are getting the green light to go for something that you're holding back on. But the 7 of Cups as your sort of outcome for this reading, that is intriguing to me. Why? Because the 7 of Cups sort of, it's like you're fantasizing. You have a lot of wishful thinking here. You're needing to move forward without knowing the whole picture about how it's going to end or what's going to happen. You almost have to take a leap of faith here. And I don't know if you're going to do it. We'll see. The reason I say that is because you're really, really trying to figure out what's going to happen before you take a chance. You're not wearing your heart on your sleeve. You're holding the emotions back because you haven't figured out the wisdom of this whole cycle yet. I think once you figure out the wisdom of the cycle, you will be more likely to go for what your inner voice is saying to go for. But right now, presently, High Priestess in reverse, Lovers in reverse, you're not listening to your intuition. You're out of harmony with your inner voice. I think if you can get in touch with that inner voice, you'll be able to understand what was going on in the first place. And there's almost this idea that you're being guided to express your emotions without fearing the consequences. Express them for you, not for the outcome. Does that make sense? It's interesting. Let's see what your final guidance is from the Oracle deck. Let's see here. We're just going to cut it. There we go. Okay. Awakening. Yeah. Isn't that interesting? Let's look at the picture. See? Your connection to your spiritual self, your higher self, your inner voice, that High Priestess. It says here, listen to your intuition. The answer is within you. Reconcile your mind and your heart. Exactly. Your emotions and your thoughts here. Let spirit lead. I know that that's backwards for you, but those are the messages for your final guidance. I'm going to leave it at that, Scorpio. If this has resonated for you, please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing. It's so nice to connect with you through these readings. And as always, I'm sending you so much love and light, my friends, and wishing you a wonderful week. Take care.